Now, you'd have to be barking mad to try and take another country, but that's what Donald Trump has floated, even going as far as to warn he could invade the island nation of Greenland belonging to Denmark. The left are, of course, having a meltdown. No country is safe. Trump is a dictator. The man is crazy, so they say. Now, while I agree he can't just go around claiming countries, but like him or loathe him, this was about Trump showing the world why he really knows the art of the deal. You see, weeks after announcing his Greenland intentions and threatening to impose tariffs on countries who don't back him, Trump arrived at the World Economic Forum in Davos on Thursday, bringing peace with NATO leaders.
We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that.
It was over before it had even begun. Trump knew how to scare EU leaders into cutting him a deal by simply pretending he was indeed barking mad. Ambassador John Bolton was the US president's national security advisor turned Trump critic after the pair had a very public falling out. Does he have a point on this issue? You decide.
I think all of this was unnecessary. His threats to use military force against a treaty ally, to threaten more tariffs against European countries, really have caused a lot of damage to the NATO alliance. I think worried our allies around the rest of the world. And we never needed to do any of this. As I told Trump back in 2019, when he asked me to study the possibility of buying Greenland the first time. There's a 1951 treaty with Denmark called the Defense of Greenland Treaty that gives us the ability to do a lot of what we need to do in Greenland and Alaska and Canada and Norway to defend NATO interests from Chinese and Russian threats. And we could have done this, we could have started it anyway 6 years ago. We appear to be on the path now to do it. I don't want to draw any final conclusions, but we've done it after causing unnecessary pain and strain in the NATO alliance that I think is really very damaging. I think this is part of the problem of making up policy as he goes along, making it by the seat of his pants, as we say. It's not there's not a clear decision-making approach weighing the costs and benefits of different ways to approach the matter. It's just Trump on the spur of the moment thinking that he'll do whatever occurs to him. And that's, I think, typical of much of his decision-making in domestic as well as international affairs. And I think ultimately it's very damaging to the United States because people say, what is this man thinking of? And he himself doesn't often know. He was asked by a reporter about a week or 2 weeks ago, well, why do you think the U.S. has to own Greenland? And he said, we need it psychologically. We don't need it psychologically. We don't own the countries, any other countries where we have military bases. I think what he was really saying, he was giving the game away. It was psychologically necessary for him, not for American national security.